Taylor Swift arrived before Travis when Donna Kelce was taken to the hospital due to chest problems. However, Taylor's genuine devotion to the Kelce family would be exposed by this heartbreaking catastrophe in ways that would completely alter their relationship. October 12, 2025, at 10:15 a.m. before the Chiefs' afternoon game, Taylor Swift was assisting Donna in making a special Sunday brunch in Travis Kelce's Kansas City kitchen when Donna abruptly stopped talking and put her palm to her chest. "Donna, are you okay?" Taylor asked right away, observing the elder woman's agonized countenance and her pallor. Donna stated in a strained voice, "I'm having some chest pain. It began 10 minutes ago, but it's becoming worse." As Taylor realized how severe the situation was, her heart rate increased. They had planned to watch the game together that afternoon after having a leisurely morning meal, and Travis was already at the team facilities for pre-game briefings. Taylor urged, "Sit down right now and lead Donna to the closest chair." "How bad is the pain on a scale of 1 to 10? Maybe a 7. It feels like pressure, like someone sitting on my chest." Taylor's emergency instincts kicked in immediately. She'd learned basic first aid years ago for her tours, and she knew that chest pain in a woman over 60 was never something to wait and see about. "I'm calling 911, Taylor said, already pulling out her phone. "Oh honey, I don't think we need an ambulance," Donna protested, though her breathing was becoming more labored. "Maybe I just pulled something while we were cooking. Or maybe it's heartburn from that coffee." "Donna, chest pain isn't something we mess around with," Taylor said firmly. "Dialing emergency services, better safe than sorry, especially with your family history." As Taylor spoke to the 911 dispatcher providing Donna's symptoms and their location, she could see that Donna was becoming paler and more uncomfortable now, sweating slightly despite the comfortable temperature in the house. "The ambulance is on its way," Taylor said after hanging up. "I'm calling Travis. He's probably in meetings before the game." "I'm having some chest pain," Donna said, her voice strained. "It started about 10 minutes ago, but it's getting worse." Taylor felt her heart rate spike as she recognized the seriousness of the situation. Travis was already at the team facility for pre-game meetings, and they'd been planning to watch the game together that afternoon after enjoying a relaxed morning cooking. "Sit down right now," Taylor said, guiding Donna to the nearest chair. "How bad is the pain on a scale of 1 to 10? Maybe a 7. It feels like pressure, like someone sitting on my chest." Taylor's emergency instincts kicked in immediately. You know how Sundays are. Taylor tried Travis's number, but, as expected, it went straight to voicemail. She tried again with the same result. His phone was clearly silenced during team meetings. "I'm calling the facility," Taylor said, finding the chief's contact number she'd saved in her phone months ago. After being transferred twice, she finally reached someone in the coaching staff who could get a message to Travis. "This is Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce's fiancée. His mother is having a medical emergency and we're taking her to the hospital. Please have him call me immediately and tell him to meet us at Kansas City General." Within 8 minutes, the paramedics arrived. Taylor answered the door and quickly explained Donna's symptoms while leading them to the kitchen where Donna was still sitting, now looking visibly distressed. The lead paramedic started his examination right away, saying, "Kelce, I'm going to check your vital signs. Can you describe the pain for me?" Donna's voice was weaker than before. "It's like pressure in my chest and it's radiating down my left arm now," she said. Taylor watched nervously as the paramedics took her blood pressure, checked her pulse and quickly performed an EKG using their portable equipment. "Ma'am, we're going to transport you to the hospital right away," the paramedic informed Donna. "Your EKG is showing some abnormalities that we want the doctors to evaluate immediately." "Can I ride with her?" Without hesitation, Taylor inquired. "Are you family?" Taylor looked at Donna, who reached for her hand with a trembling grip. "She's like my daughter," Donna said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Of course, you can ride with us," the paramedic said, recognizing the genuine bond between them. During the ambulance ride to Kansas City General, Taylor held Donna's hand while the paramedics continued monitoring her vital signs and administering oxygen. Donna's color was still concerning, and Taylor could see genuine fear in her eyes, despite her attempts to stay calm. "Travis is going to meet us at the hospital," Taylor said, squeezing Donna's hand gently. "The whole team knows what's happening and he'll be there soon." "I'm so glad you were there," Donna said quietly, her breathing still labored. "I don't know what I would have done if I'd been alone when this started." "You weren't alone and you won't be alone." "I'm not going anywhere," Taylor promised, meaning every word. "The pain is getting worse," Donna whispered to Taylor, tears forming in her eyes. Taylor immediately alerted the paramedics, who adjusted Donna's treatment and radioed ahead to the hospital with an update on her condition. At Kansas City General, Taylor stayed by Donna's side as she was wheeled directly into the emergency room. The medical team immediately took over, surrounding Donna with equipment and beginning a series of urgent tests. "Mrs. Kelce, I'm Dr. Martinez, the attending cardiologist," a woman in scrubs explained as the team worked. "We're going to run several tests to determine what's causing your chest pain. Your EKG from the ambulance shows some concerning changes, so we're treating this as a potential cardiac event." Taylor felt her stomach drop. "Is she having a heart attack?" "We're still determining that. The good news is that she's responsive and her blood pressure is stable." but we need to do some blood work and imaging to get a complete picture. Can I stay with her? During the initial assessment, you'll need to wait in the family area. But once we get her stabilized and moved to a room, absolutely. Taylor reluctantly moved to the family waiting area, immediately calling Travis again. This time, he answered on the first ring. Taylor, what's happening? I got your message and I'm leaving the facility right now. Your mom is at Kansas City General. She had severe chest pains and the paramedics said her EKG showed abnormalities. They're treating it as a potential cardiac event. I'm 10 minutes away. How is she right now? Scared but conscious. The cardiologist is running tests to determine if she had a heart attack. Jesus. Okay, I'm almost there. Thank you for being with her, Taylor. Thank you for taking charge and getting her help immediately. Of course, she's family. When Travis arrived at the hospital 15 minutes later, still wearing his team warm-up clothes, he found Taylor pacing in the cardiac unit family area, her phone pressed to her ear. I understand, but I need you to cancel everything for today, Taylor was saying. Family emergency. Yes, I know it's game day, but this is more important. Thank you. Who are you talking to? Travis asked immediately, pulling Taylor into a tight hug. Your mom's cardiologist in Philadelphia. I got his number from her phone and updated him on what's happening. He's coordinating with the team here. Travis pulled back to look at Taylor with amazement. You called her cardiologist. She mentioned him during the ambulance ride, so I thought he should know what's happening. They've sent over her medical history. Have you heard anything from the doctors here? They've taken blood for cardiac enzymes, and she's getting a chest CT scan right now. Dr. Martinez said they should have initial results within the hour. Have you been handling everything while I was in meetings? Taylor nodded, showing Travis a notebook where she'd been writing down medical information. I've been taking notes on everything they've told me, so we don't miss anything important. Travis looked at the detailed notes Taylor had taken, times, medication names, test results, doctor names, and felt overwhelmed by her thoroughness and care. Taylor, I don't know how to thank you. You don't need to thank me. This is what family does. An hour later, Dr. Martinez came to the family area with preliminary results. Travis and Taylor both stood immediately holding hands as they prepared for news. As they both breathed a sigh of relief when the doctor said, Kelce is stable. Her cardiac enzyme levels are elevated, which indicates her heart was under stress. But they're not at the levels we'd see with a major heart attack. She didn't have a heart attack then? Taylor asked. She appears to have had what we call a minor cardiac event. Essentially, her heart was struggling but without the severe damage of a full myocardial infarction. However, we want to keep her overnight for observation and run an echocardiogram in the morning. Can we see her now? Travis asked. She's being moved to a cardiac monitoring room. You can see her once she's settled, probably in about 20 minutes. While they waited, Taylor called Jason's number, knowing that Travis's brother needed to be informed immediately. Taylor, hey, Jason answered. Isn't Travis playing today? Jason, your mom is in the hospital. She had chest pains this morning and we're at Kansas City General. She's stable, but she had some kind of cardiac event. What, is she okay? What happened? Taylor explained the morning's events while Travis listened, grateful that she was handling the difficult conversation. I'm getting on a plane right now, Jason said. I'll be there by tonight. Jason, you don't have to miss work. Taylor, this is my mom. Of course I'm coming. Thank you for taking care. Travis responded, gazing at Taylor with profound appreciation and respect. She did exactly what she should have done. No, Donna replied, her tone becoming sentimental. She behaved much like a daughter would. She dropped everything to take care of me without hesitation. Taylor's eyes began to well up with tears. You don't have to, Donna. Donna gently interrupted, reaching for Taylor's hand and said, yes, I do need to say this. I learned what it means to be family from you today. Taylor, you didn't consider the game, the inconvenience, or anything else. You treated me as though I were your own mother. Taylor whispered, you are like my own mother. You resemble my own daughter as well. My daughter, who adores me, is being courteous, not Travis's fury. With tears in his eyes, Travis saw this conversation and realized that his mother and the woman he loved had just cemented a lifelong relationship. Taylor proceeded to manage logistics for the following few hours while they awaited the start of nighttime visitation hours. She arranged for Travis to skip the game without being penalized, handled the constant barrage of calls from worried family members and friends, and worked with the hospital's patient advocate over Donna's insurance and lodging. Travis said, you've thought of everything. As Taylor completed informing Donna's primary care physician about the hospital stay, I just want to make sure she's getting the best care and that nothing falls through the cracks. Most people would have just stayed with her and let other family handle the logistics. I am family, Taylor added with a smile. Taylor remained by Donna's bedside, assisting her with a crossword puzzle while Travis went to the cafeteria for dinner. When Jason arrived that evening after taking the first flight from Philadelphia, Jason went straight to give his mother a hug after asking, how is she? Much better, Donna remarked. The doctors think this was a warning rather than major damage, and I'm only doing this well because Taylor has been taking such incredible care of me. Taylor called me right away and gave me all the details. Jason told his mother. She handled everything perfectly. She handled everything like family. Donna corrected. Like the daughter she is. Jason looked at Taylor with new understanding. Thank you for being here for her. Thank you for not letting her go through this alone. Where else would I be? Taylor replied. Later that evening, when visiting hours ended and they had to leave Donna for the night, Travis walked Taylor to her car in the hospital parking garage. I need to tell you something, Travis said, pulling Taylor close to him. What? Observing how effortlessly you assumed the role of my mother's daughter today, it made me fall in love with you all over again. Travis, I'm serious. The way you immediately took charge when she was in pain. The way you stayed calm during the ambulance ride. The way you've managed every detail of her care while I was dealing with team stuff. That's not something you can fake or force. That comes from genuine love. I do love her. She's become like a mother to me. And today proved that to everyone, including her. Did you see her face when she called you her daughter? She meant it. She absolutely meant it. And Taylor, what you did today, the way you protected her and advocated for her and made sure she felt safe, that's something she'll never forget. How do you feel about everything that happened? I feel grateful that my mother has someone who loves her as much as you do. I feel amazed by how you stepped up during a crisis. And I feel even more certain that I'm marrying someone who understands what family really means. Your mom is going to be okay, right? The doctors think so. This was her heart's way of telling her to slow down and take better care of herself. But it doesn't seem like there was any permanent damage. I was really scared for a while there. You didn't show it. You were so calm and competent the whole time. I was terrified inside, but someone had to take charge and you couldn't leave your team obligations immediately. And you stepped up without a second thought because I love her. Because she matters to me as much as my own family does. The next morning, October 13th, Taylor arrived at the hospital at 7 a.m. with coffee from Donna's favorite cafe and a bag containing clean clothes, toiletries, and the crossword puzzle book Donna had mentioned wanting. You didn't have to come so early, Donna said when Taylor walked into her room. I wanted to be here for your echo. Medical procedures can be intimidating even when you're feeling better. With you here, they're not intimidating at all. The echocardiogram results were encouraging. Dr. Martinez explained that Donna's heart function appeared normal and the cardiac events seemed to be related to stress and high blood pressure rather than blocked arteries or structural damage. So, what does this mean going forward? Taylor asked the cardiologist, taking notes as she had throughout Donna's stay. It means Mrs. Kelce needs to make some lifestyle adjustments. We'll be prescribing blood pressure medication, and she'll need to follow up with a nutritionist about dietary changes. This was a warning, but with proper management, she should be fine, and she can go home today. This afternoon, yes. I'll have the nurse go over all the discharge instructions. When Travis arrived an hour later, Taylor had already received Donna's discharge instructions, coordinated with the pharmacy about her new medications, and scheduled follow-up appointments with both her primary care doctor and the cardiology practice. You've handled everything, Travis said. Reading through the comprehensive notes Taylor had taken during the discharge meeting, I wanted to make sure she has all the support she needs for recovery. Taylor, Donna said, reaching for her hand. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Yesterday when I said you're like my daughter, I meant it completely. You've shown me more care and devotion than I could have asked for from anyone. Donna, you've welcomed me into your family with such love. Of course I'm going to take care of you. But it's more than that. Yesterday when I was scared and in pain, you made me feel safe. You made me feel like someone who truly loved me was handling everything I couldn't handle myself. Taylor felt tears starting again. You weren't alone. You'll never be alone as long as I'm around. That's exactly what I mean. That's the kind of love and protection that daughters give their mothers. And it's the kind of acceptance and trust that mothers give their daughters, Taylor replied. Travis watched this exchange, feeling overwhelmed with love for both women. His mother for embracing Taylor so completely and Taylor for loving his family with the same fierce devotion she showed him. That afternoon, Taylor drove Donna home from the hospital. While Travis handled some rescheduled team meetings, she stayed with Donna, making sure she was comfortable and had everything she needed. Taylor, can I tell you something? Donna asked as Taylor helped her organize her new medications. Or as yesterday morning, when the chest pain started and I got scared, do you know who I wanted with me? Travis, I wanted you, because somehow over this past year, you've become the person I trust most to take care of me when I'm vulnerable. Really. And I want you to know that no matter what happens in the future, with your career, with anything, you will always be my daughter. Not because you're marrying my son, but because of who you are and how you love. Donna, you're going to make me cry again. Good daughters and mothers should be able to cry together. 3 weeks later, Taylor was having lunch with her mother when Andrea brought up Donna's hospital scare. Travis told me you handled everything perfectly when his mother had her cardiac event. Andrea said, I just did what felt right in the moment. Sweetheart, you did what family does in crisis situations. There's a distinction. By what do you mean? After all, you could have dialed 911 and let Travis take care of the rest. Rather, you assumed full responsibility for her comfort, care, and all the details. I couldn't simply abandon her to handle a medical problem on her own. However, you could have handled it with greater objectivity. Without getting so emotionally attached, you could have assisted. I have a strong emotional attachment. I love her just as much as I love you. That's evident to me. She loves you like a daughter, and I can see that. She seems to do so. How does that feel? It's like if I have a new mummy who truly loves me. For example, my connection with my family is uncomplicated by my work or the attention of the public. Pure love. Taylor, that's a lovely present. I am aware of my good fortune. On October 20th, a week later, Donna insisted on throwing a family dinner to express her gratitude to everyone who had supported her during her health emergency. Ed had traveled up from Florida, and Jason had flown back in for the event. Donna said, "I want to say something to all of you," as they gathered around her dining room table. She turned to face Taylor and said, 3 weeks ago, I learned something important about what family really means. I discovered that marriage licenses or blood ties do not define a family. Who shows up when you need them the most defines it. Travis began. Mom, but Donna raised a hand. Allow me to finish. Taylor, you stood up for me in a way that was genuine. During one of the most terrifying moments of my life, you looked after me as if I were your own mother, and you gave me a sense of love and security. You don't have to thank me. Donna, I do indeed, in front of my entire family. I must say this. You are my daughter, Taylor. It's not because you're getting married to my son, but rather because of the way you love and sup.